So we'll kick off a new campaign. So yeah, so the objective, so we'll kick off a new game. So yes, the objective here is that we're meant to go and take over a city, and we got to start off by building our fleet. I really like how there's this. I don't mind this sort of like um, getting them involved. Like you get a bit of context. So yeah, this one here. So this is your normal flagship. I just don't like it. Takes up too much budget, and it removes some of the creativity that you can have. So I like. So this is my flagship. So you can see it's marked as a flagship. Um, so that's my flagship. So then what I need is I need the. Oh, this is the flagship anti-missile, anti-air. I think I'll just grab that one actually. This just has some additional anti-ballistic missiles on top. The other one I need, so I need the quick assault. Okay, so it looks like I also did an AA version of the quick assault. So it's this one. So this is going to be the ship that, so you can see its speed 350. So this is going to be the ship that actually goes and takes out the cities. So we need one of those. We need our sort of our fighter. This the Hammerhead was one of my early designs, but I turned it into this the PF gunship AA. This is the one that's going to take on the strike group. So we've got the strike groups, we've got the city attackers, we've got where we live, the AA, and now we can just now what we need is we need the fuel, because our range, you can see our range is actually terrible. So we actually need to get a bunch of these air fuels. You see that our range starts going up. It doesn't go up a ton, obviously. And then we need our spy. These are our spies. So I think at least two. One of the things that one of the annoying things in this game is that you can't. Like I can't get these ships. I can't get any more of these ships. Once we leave this screen, I can't get another PF Spy AA. Which yeah, I just find a little bit annoying. So let's get these tankers. So our range is pretty terrible. This isn't 100% true. I found. We'll just get one more. Let's get one more air fuel. Okay, this will be our start. So we've got 3 spies. We've got some. We've got plenty of tankers. We've got our strike group hitter. We've got our express, and we're good to go. So our objective is to go and hit Kiva. I'm going to skip the story. I've done this enough times. You guys can drive it. And so Tarkham, these are like other people who can sort of join your group, and they each have different bonuses. So they're definitely worth going to see out. So you can see they're west of here. So it's not northwest; it's west. But I don't need to be Bruce to sort of know what to do. So we're in right? And we heard that the Tarkham is west. So obviously, it's highly likely that they're there, that they're here. Now, a few things. One, you want to turn your radar off. So you'll go through a stage in this game where you'll probably start playing with the game with the radar on, because you want to see things. But if you can see them, they can see you, and this is the ELINT, that thing on the spy satellites that can detect radar, that ELINT, that has a 1500 kilometer range, and your radar, even the max radar, only has 750k range. So yeah, you pretty much go through a stage of turning it off. So what I like to do is when I think there's going to be, like I mark cities like this. So I use this and I basically say, look, I'm pretty sure there's a Tarkham there. So this will be our first. This will be our first target where we want to head to. Here we want to head to. So this is the map, right? It's really old school. I really like the look of this map because it's so interactive. You can turn on, flip all these things on. It's quite interesting, and you can turn these knobs. Like it just feels cool. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get to I forget the name. It starts with a K. Yeah, this one, Kiva. So we're trying to get to here, and obviously there's a ton of things in the way, and each of these are different type of city. So for instance, these ones, the ones with the swords, you'll be able to purchase more. There'll be some reinforcements there, some ships that you can actually purchase. The spanner is obviously faster repairs, so your ships can repair faster. This is a sensor and an enemy intel section, the one with the radar. So you'll be able to search for the TAC air groups and also the strike groups plus traders. Fuel, that's just cheap fuel. And the other one to keep in mind, this one here, this has rare modules, so you just got better chance of getting the right, like your plane modules and stuff like that. The one that's really key is the one that is a star here, this one. So this is actually, so you can see the little save icon, the old school save icon above Narad. So this is when you get here, that's when you save, which means that if you were to die completely, you could actually resume this game from that point. So these are actually really cool, and they also have nukes in them. So when you take them over, you get some nuclear missiles. And I think that's that's all the key ships. So you sort of want to. So step one here, we actually want to try and get. We need to buy some fuel because you can see. So you can see this is our range here. This is our full range, and so we don't have enough to reach our next target. So we need to fuel up. We could do it if you can just take certain ships. So if we go and take our strike ship, see this is our range of our strike ship, but if we give it if we add some air fuels to it, so it looks like only one. So this is our range of our strike fleet. When we add the air fuel, however, that's because we've got we're only taking 58% of the fuel. If we take full fuel, so this is with our strike ship and of air fuel, we've got actually got quite a bit of range to take out cities, and it actually moves pretty fast. So for instance, we may launch it on this city here, right? So we'll launch the strike group over here, while because we ultimately want to get over here to get the Tarkham. But we'll launch the strike group here, and then while our guys here, we'll actually get them to refuel. So we'll just get them to take. As much as we can. Ammo, I don't use too much of the special ammunition. I just find it's just expensive, and I find that money is actually pretty tight in this game. So I don't know if that's because I don't play it well, but I think just fueling is expensive. So we've got 6,000 fuel to get, but we're sending out our strike group out to this thing. So some of the things to be aware. So these things are actually really cool. So you can obviously draw on the map and enemy. You can draw a bunch of things on the map, and they're actually really useful. So we know that for instance, we know our spy satellite has a 1500 kilometer range. So what we can do is say, okay, if I put the spy ship here, right? What does 1500 range look like? So if we put the spy satellite here, then I'd go under so if we put the spy thing here, then any ship or strike group that comes into these cities, they will actually show up on our ELINT, and it will give us an idea about, do we have to watch out for something, or not? So, and the way you do that, it's not the range to get there. So we'll have to wait till we the way till we get there. But so these things are actually really, really valuable in regards to yeah. The more you play, the more you realize actually these are actually really good. So yeah, so you can see here, this is the infrared sensor. You can actually see the infrared is saying, hey, there's a engine directly north of us firing, and that's because we're launching one of our ships. Yeah, so we are refueling, so I think we can just defuel now. Unpause. So yeah, so this is our ship, and what I like is you can just zoom in. You can zoom in, and you can really watch it go. So you can see the trails, you can see the roads, which are important when you want to try and find hidden settlements. You can actually follow the roads as you go. So I really like this view. It's quite cool. I don't watch it too often when unless I'm exploring, because there's no sort of secret stuff on this path. So the red is obviously, if you get inside that red, that's when they start detecting you, and that's when you have to be able to hit that base pretty hard. So we're just refueling here. Pause again. So we're just refueling. So this will get full fuel, and then we'll just send these guys up. All I like doing is you can just take these strike craft and you can just attack. You can attack separately. So now there's speed up, isn't there? How did I do this before? Alright, because you can see this ship actually has no E-link because I only put that on the spy satellite. So we actually may need to get, yeah. So something to be aware. So see, so what happens is, it sort of takes an average of whatever the fuel is, and it gives when you click on the ship and you want to fly it out by itself, it only gives it the average allocation within the group. What you can actually do is just increase it a little bit. So we want this ship to be able to get to there. So you can actually increase and decrease it. So it's like, hey, give me just 31% instead, so that I can actually reach this point here. So we'll put the spy satellite, and the reason we're doing the spy is because we do want to know if there are any enemies within 1500 over here. So we'll just get that fired up. All right, so here, so they're getting into range now. So this yellow is the visibility range. So that's when they'll actually be spotted. If I had my radar on, you could actually be detected via because of the fact that you got your radar on. So we're sort of just going stealth mode at the moment. And there's a way to speed this up. I just forget. I'll check it after this. What do you do? There's something here to speed it. But anyway, so coming in. So when the visibility range comes, you'll see the alert level of the city. So we get into range, and there you go. So that yellow bar, if that yellow bar gets short, gets to the end, they'll actually send out a warning. So we've got to be faster than that, and you can see that going at 350, or roughly 350, we're actually going to beat it, and so this will get us into combat. So yeah, and again, like the UI, like having these little things, it's a little bit gimmicky, but it actually feels pretty good to like pull this lever, and the sounds are obviously good. So yeah, so the way the game handles retrying, you can actually retry if you fail, is that you lose morale every time you go into battle. So I only have 10 attempts at this attack before before I can't do it anymore. And I've never gone to 0 morale, so I don't know what happens, but I imagine the ships leave your force would be my guess. So we're attacking 4 things, and we only have 1 ship, but they can have up to 3 in combat at any time. So we're gonna be fighting these 3 at a time, and as soon as we take the first guy out, this guy's gonna jump in. So if it gets to this guy, we're in trouble. So this is our strike force. So let's go. So they'll start on the ground because we surprised them. They start on the ground now. So this enables us to just do this aerial like bombardment, and there you go. We killed one before he even took off. Okay, I'm a little bit rusty with my shooting. But yeah, so we cleaned them up pretty easily. So I got a victory, and that's what's so good about the those strike class. And yeah, so this is the salvage. This is a salvage screen. Yeah, and they're just explaining stuff. So anything with this apostrophe, it means that it's going to blow up. If we don't save it in time, it's going to blow up. The radio room, you can get the counterintelligence stuff, which, look, to be honest, I haven't found too much use for that. I thought I'd get a bit annoyed with the radio thing after a while. Crew protection just gives your guys protection, but there's nothing here that needs crew protection, so we won't worry about this. So look, fuel tank's going to go first, so we've got to secure the fuel tanks first. And then once we do fuel tanks, we'll do the ammunition, just so they don't blow up, and then we'll take whatever. We'll see what we can get. So that'll give us some fuel. The ammunition, this doesn't give us anything as far as I can tell. It just saves it from blowing up. What's the matter? Alright, so yes, we've got the ones to stop it blowing up, and now the question is this. This will give you getting rid of disassembling the hull. That'll give you some repair points, so it will quickly repair your ships. But look, we need money. I found that in this game it's all about money, so we try and get a shift. So shift is the speed up. So that's been done, and now we'll disassemble the hull. So it looks like we'll get everything. Here comes a little spy satellite, a little spy. Okay, so we managed to get everything, which is not, look, that's not common. So now that our thing has a spy in it, alright, we've got that ELINT thing. So what I like to do, this is a bit early to be doing this too much, but what I like to do is put out a, like, how far, so this is how far the ELINT sees. So what I can tell is that there is no strike groups in these 3 cities. Because it's within that range, so that's just a cool thing to know. We don't have to worry about too much early game. But yeah, you actually do use this stuff quite a lot. So our end goal is to get over to here. So these guys are still fueling. So wait for them to finish fueling. But we do have to see. We do have to. Now you don't have to land anyone. We didn't take any damage, so I don't really want to land anyone at all. If you want to land, just click on them, and you'll go through the landing process. But yeah, we'll just leave it as is. You'll get some events. So it looks like here, we're missing some firearms, and this will give us this will either sort out. This is our world view. I don't know the pros and cons of each of these. I haven't really found an effect to it. It does help you in some speeches and whatnot, but you pretty much just choose what you think. The main one is you want to just make sure you get positive morale, I find. So I'm going to go with this one. I think this should basically, I'm saying I'll trust the men. So order goes down because obviously we probably should have done an investigation, but we get +1 morale. But that does sort of mean that I'm not really focused on the order side of things. It's a bit of a shame. So you can buy these ships if you choose to. I find that I just sort of ride the current ships that I have, and so yeah, so we'll get some fuel. You see what I mean? Like, we're getting fuel. It's like that's like yeah. And then in the shipworks, this is where you can actually go and sell stuff. So we picked up a 6-barrel. Now this one is actually fairly useful, so I'm not going to sell it at this point, and we don't need the money yet. We've got 5 grand. That should be enough for now. So wait for these guys to finish fueling. So I'm just going to hold down shift. We will get alerted if these get a contact, so we don't have to be watching them. And okay, it looks like we auto pause, I think, because these guys are are full of fuel. But look, we will just continue. Well, these guys are 100% fuel. That's why. So it looks like we can't pick up all the fuel here. I think because that spy satellite left. So we'll fly up here. It's our main fleet now. Okay, and for our... So there's this one here for cheaper fuel. Alright. Okay. So we're getting a radio signal. So we'll run through this. So what we've got to first do is find out what frequency it is. Once we know what frequency it is, we then use this to do the directional, and then once we're happy, we press this. At any point in time, we can press this button, and it will give us a partial read of the message. And mainly what you're looking for here is the direction. So it's clearly this megahertz, and then you use the mouse wheel to find it until it gets. So there's something in here. So slowly, there you go. Then move this until this gets to maximum, and then you hit this. So this is what you normally get. So it's coming from this direction. So there's probably a trader here, and it looks like they're going to right. So there is a trader leaving here and coming to here. So we can try and intercept. This fleet. We could, but we won't. Anyway, that's how the radio works. So I do quite like this. I like the fact that you do sort of move in that. What you find is once they start encrypting, it's like it just gets annoying, and you don't get much value from it. So you eventually start ignoring it. So anyway, so we're trying to get to here to get our first Tarkum. And so I'm going to take the strike craft and the air, and because we're aiming to get to here, we don't have to take all the fuel. We can take actually we should take 100 because we're all full actually, so we'll just take 100 and we'll launch there now. Okay, and the spy thank you. Okay, so this is the strike craft going. This is our main fleet coming, and our spy. Okay, our spy range is here. So we actually do want to plant this here. So we'll actually go and plant this guy. We'll go and plant the spy in the middle there. So what this will do, this will give us knowledge if a strike group comes into any of these cities. So this will enable us to safely deal with the stuff down the bottom here. So we got another radio signal. So look, we'll we'll need to set it out of just cause. So you spin this thing. Spin this thing. Ah! Yeah, just use mouse wheel once it's blue. So yeah, you get stuff like this, and it's like, so you know there's something up here and there's like a trader, but it's not, it doesn't give you tons of info. So where are these guys going? I want you to go there. Okay, these must have been... Okay, this is the strike group. They're attacking in time. It's the same as last time, so there's 2 defenders. We've just got these guys, so... And they'll be on the ground to start. So... Yeah, they start on the ground. Oh, so they've got a missile coming at us. So you can use the guns to take out those blue and the red thing. Now watch out for the falling debris. Like they will actually destroy your ship if you run into it. Like it's really deadly. And if you can get under a ship, it's normally like pretty good. Here comes a missile. We've got one 6-shooter, which is okay at. It's okay at dealing with the missiles, but it's not perfect. And yeah, you can see down the bottom we didn't really take much damage. So pretty successful attack. Okay, so now this is one of the things. Now if we don't take the survivors, we lose. I think we lose something. I think it's whatever your world view. Yeah, people don't like you, but the problem is this needs, if you want to get this, you need the crew protection, because you can see it's a dangerous environment, so you have to spend time here first and then get there. Now this is going to blow up. It's only $200. It's going to blow up, so there's not going to be much here. I think we actually go and try and save the survivors, because we're not going to get too much here. There's no weapons to get, and everything here just blows up. So I think we'll just quickly try and get the survivors before they blow up. Otherwise, this may not be good. And then, which one can we get before the other blows up? We can probably get we should try and get the fuel, because the ammunition doesn't do anything. But looks like we're not going to make it. Yeah. So yeah, meet with Tarkin's far west of which is where we're headed. Do we want to land in one? No, there's minor damage, but they don't. We don't need to land for that. Pretty much you can just come here, hit repair. Like, and minor damage. Okay, 3.9 hours, pretty easy to deal with. And supplies wise, we just get another 1,000 worth of fuel. So we'll be refueling here while our main fleet. So our main fleet has landed, has it? Okay, cool. So, so this is where the problem starts to, like, money is just a problem. Actually, we might just go straight for this fuel, the cheap fuel here. I think that's the play. We'll do a big fuel up there. So I don't know if it's the reason I have money issues because I build these inefficient ships or not. Okay, so the strike group and the fuel is is free again. So we'll actually go and get the Tarkum here. Ooh. Okay, we're still repairing. Okay, we've still got 1 hour to fix the repairs. As you can see up here. Okay, now that we're repaired, we'll go and get the Tarkum while these guys just get... Oh. Yeah, that's why I want you to go there. Don't follow the fleet. So it must default to following the fleet. That's interesting. Okay, so this is our spy guy. He's in the field. So this is his 1500 range, which we use for the protector to get there. So we know there's no strike groups in this area. So we're pretty safe in what we're doing. Now these guys have landed. Let's really fuel up. So when you're out of when you are out of money, you can sell stuff in your hold. You'll notice that, oh crap. So so now this is a trap for new players or veterans. So so the actual supply is actually on this ship here, the spy satellite, because it was the last ship. And we initially got the part here, and we split up the force by sending these two, the strike craft and the fuel off, and that leaves the item on this ship itself. So this actually has the cargo. This has the $3,000 on it. So that is a little bit of a trap. So because yeah, right now we sort of have like zero money. Hopefully we'll get some loot out of this attack here. Oh God. Okay. So radar. So the radio thing, I just don't care. So you press this button, and basically knows something is northeast. And if when it gets dangerous, we can actually draw a line and find out where we think it came from. We don't need to do that yet. So here, make sure we get it in time, which we do. So once again, we'll do these attacks. They'll be on the ground to start. Ah! Okay, we got that. We can actually take because of the armor, we can actually take quite a bit of hits. So, like, we didn't take much damage at all. So, pretty easy. Okay. So this one we've got to try and get some money. So there's 3,000. We've got to try and get that. So we won't worry about the crew cabins. They'll just go down. I think we'll literally get this one. We'll go fuel tanks first. We'll go ammo next. And then we'll go the dismantle. We may be able to get the hull. Yeah, we can get the hull as well. So we can pretty much get all the key stuff. Uh-oh. Oh, this might have had a hazardous thing on it. Okay. Oh dear. Yeah, I missed that. Alright, yep, so we don't need land, no real damage. And here's the Tarkum as expected, based on that first message about going west. So yeah, we'll get this guy to join us. So this guy, it's always this guy the first time. And I keep forgetting which one to do, but each of these do different things. I really should remember which one to do. Here's a band of the people. Glory to Geralt. Yeah, look at that. He's bloody lame. So now we can get him to drown our thing by just giving him this small pot, which we got given in the story. So we'll just do that this time, and this will make him like us heaps, and he becomes our friend. So basically, you can ask. What the stars mean is that you can ask. So I can get 2 favors from this guy before he actually leaves. However, the allies that you do have towards the end, they will give you ships for the final sort of battle. So and they'll always tell you where to find the next one. Except for this guy, he says there's none around. So yeah, that is a real shame. But I'll show you what we can do with that. Okay, so ship works. If it's got a missile here, it means there literally is missiles in the bay, so you can actually get some tactical missiles. That's what that missile thing means. But we need cash. I actually am gonna have to sell this, so you can just sell it like that, and you get 3 grand. Yeah, which is key. The other thing is we actually got this guy's ship. Now, because we sort of have our own ships, we can actually carve this guy's ship up, and you got a few options. I'd really love it if we could actually create a new ship, but you actually can't. You actually can't create a ship. So if you wanted to build another ship, what you can do is you take it down to this. You take it down to this, and then you build the least, like the least thing possible. So you might do something. You might build a ship like this, where you get an engine. Get an engine. You get some fuel. You get like where's power? It looks like they only got a big power, so you could pretty much get put together a mini ship. Actually, we need 2 engines. Yeah, unfortunately we don't. Unfortunately, we don't have the small power. But also I don't really need a new ship. But I would actually try and save this new ship. Instead, I won't. But it'd be so good if I could actually start a ship from scratch. But I do not know how to do that. So I don't know if you can or can't or whatnot. I've clicked on everything around here. So anyway, so we've got some things to sell now though, with these ships. So that's giving us some. In actual fact, I think I am just going to sell the weapons. I don't need these. I don't need these things. 180 twin. It's not bad. But yeah, we don't need them. So heat-seeking anti-ship missile that may come in handy later, and we'll leave we'll keep all the parts and whatnot. So we've got 15 grand now from selling the Tarkham ship, and that's pretty much what I do. We'll fill up with fuel, and then we'll go meet up with the other force. So yeah, so we know that there's no Tarkhams in range. Now I've found that at least they'll tell you within a bit over 3,000 Ks if there's a Tarkham. So look, if we go 3,000 Ks roughly, so we know there's no real. The next Tarkham's not within this area here. So we want to make our way to the save point, which is up here. So we'll go up this coast here, and I can only, and we'll see if we can run into one of these, if we can run into a Tarkham along the way. But then I'm not expecting them until we get past this area here, and we'll see where they go. So yeah, we can rub out all those things now. So these guys, we'll get these guys to fuel up, because this is a cheap fuel place, and we've got some more money. So yeah, it takes it's about it's like 5,000 to fuel this fleet. Yeah, it's a bit, yeah. So what I'm going to actually do, I'm going to drop. We'll go and take over this enemy intel, and I'll show you what we do there after we get some fuel here. Okay, so we're full again. Go get some enemy intel. So this is the key. Like, as you when you first start off, you probably try and keep your entire fleet together, but this fleet is like slow and sort of expensive to go. Like, this gunship takes so much fuel. So and it's not fast enough to take on a city without them raising the alarm. So I try and keep that. I just try and keep that one by itself, and we use the little strike craft to fly, to zip around the place. We still know there's no strike groups within range, within this city range, because of the spy satellite. And these guys, yep. So yeah, good to go. So we get there again. They'll be on the ground again. Can be a little bit hard to aim on the ground. You sort of just spam. Okay, see the. So we've got that guy. We'll get this guy. Oh, watch that ship coming. And then we'll kill that. So yeah, having this, it's really important to have a ship that's fast enough to get there before they raise the alarm, but strong enough to actually to fight through. Okay, so this is a tricky one. So we've got a couple of gold things here. Crew cabins. These will give you valuables that you can use in the negotiation. So you may get like little trinkets that, if you give it to the right person, you'll get. They'll give you favor, and it will extend the conversation around. So we'll get the fuel because it's going to blow up first. So we want to get this one done. We'll get we'll try and get this, and then the ammunition. So this is, because this is $4 grand. So try and get this, get the ammunition, and maybe able to get this one as well. Oof, and we can just get this one. So that gave us $7 grand. So that's a good bit of cash. That'll help. Yeah. So here we go again. Just another event. So how do people rush the city? Blah blah. They've been screening utilities about military combo. Left the city just the other day. Military combo. The escort. Ah, that's right. I think they took hostages. Okay. No one tells you the villains are. So it tells you so they were headed north, and the call sign's Crow. Okay. So what that means, if we were to look here. Yep. Okay. So. So obviously, look, with that thing, so they're heading north. So obviously, that's the path we're going to go, and we're looking for Crow. So what you can do is Crow, just to give you a reminder. The Crow will be somewhere along here. Now, so we've captured an intel place. Now what that means is we will keep getting intel over time, but you have to be back here to actually use it. So one thing you can potentially do is park a ship close by, but outside the city, and you can sort of come back in and use the intel if you need. And I think I actually will do that this time. I'm actually going to get a what I might do. We'll worry about that. These guys still refueling? Yeah, still refueling. This spy guy's still got some range. So this is it. So trade it'll show you the current location of a transport vehicle and its path to its destination. which is great. It'll give you a chance to capture a ship, and if you capture a ship, you literally get about 15 grand, say, so you get about $15,000. TAC 2. So these TAC ships, these are typically missile boats or carriers, or actual carriers. So these are not strike groups, but they sort of sit within a city, and what's important is that if you're detected and you're within range of like bombers and whatnot, they'll send bombers, and that's pretty deadly. So, and SGs, this is showing you where the strike group is. So I think because of and there's multiple strike groups, they don't regenerate. So once you kill them, they're dead. So I think for me, I always like to know where the tactical groups are. So you hit tactical, and it sort of spans out this circle so you can find it. So here it looks like, yeah, so there's missile carriers here. Right, so these guys can have ballistic missiles, which are pretty deadly. Most of the times I've died in this game, it's because I start getting ballistic missiled and they knock out my flagship. And we've got 3 intel left. So in this case, because we don't know where the strike groups are, it's a tough one. I think I want to get the next tactical. Like for me, knowing where the tactical guys are is more important than the strike groups. So I see there's 2 tacticals. There's another missile carrier here. This right hand side is going to be a bit tricky. Now we can spend this final one, or we can just wait until we get another intel, and we'll probably get that just by waiting here for refueling. So I think I'm just going to wait, and so I'll wait for this refueling here. Okay, so this is full. I'll just pause it. So our goal is just to keep heading north. So our first target is going to be taking out this NORAD. And the thing I'm weighing up is whether I just launch this here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a spy ship and I'm going to send it here. He's going to come out with 100% fuel. I'm going to send it here, so he can do with the intel. These guys, I'm going to launch the attack on the next city, and for my main fleet, I'm going to launch them up here as well. So these guys will get there in 3.3 hours, so they'll get there faster, and hopefully we'll be able to use the second intel. That's the objective here. Ah, that must be new, where it follows the fleet, or maybe I just don't normally do it like this. But yeah, so we just okay. So we've got a radio signal. We may intercept this one to find out what the deal is. See if anyone knows. See if anyone's picking up anything. So this is so yeah, it's just sort of saying, so course south-southeast. So south-southeast, so someone's probably coming from here to here. Like there is a transport going from here to here, so you could go and intercept them. And again, intercepting a transport gives you about $15,000. But I find, yeah, I don't find that so valuable. So we're going here. So this intel is still 1, but it should get to. And here's our strike group going in. And again, we're getting there before they get off the ground, which is important, because if they what, there is a prize ship? Okay, that's just telling you. So when there is a prize ship, it'll have a little gift over them, and you just don't want to kill them, because again, you'll get, if you can save the prize ship, you'll get $15,000. So again, they're on the ground. Oh, got a missile coming underneath, so that's why we've got that little 6-shooter, just to. That's a really okay. So the one problem with this ship, is underneath is really weak, and you have to be really careful. Even though you got the advantage, you can get really worked underneath. So, but we're still alright. So yeah, what you can do, so you don't have to always accept this. You can actually retry it, and you'll lose. It costs you 1 morale, but you get to restart the fight. In this case, for me, as long as I haven't lost any key piece, I'm cool with damage. And yeah, so you start getting promoted as you start using it. So for me, guns recharging is pretty good. The range is not the biggest thing. Range is not normally my issue. I think the elite crew. I think this. I'm not 100% what this does. I think it's got something to do with maybe you just don't get negative morale or something. Not sure. Or maybe you got more morale, but yeah, definitely guns recharge faster. Like that's going to help. Okay, so the hull's going to go, and we can probably get the fuel, and so basically we want to get the $4,000 and the fuel, and if we can do that, that's pretty successful. And then the ammunition, we can do the ammunition as well. Probably better not to, but be faster. But cool. So anyway, so we got this. So we can land this one. We don't have to. But let's look. Let's land it, because I'm not sure if this gear is actually that good. I think I'm gonna have to fix this gear. Let's have a look. So here, so you can see down the bottom that what the various like landing is going to give me, like plus 5% speed, which is not heaps. So I want to slow this thing down. But I just want to test out the landing gear. So the keys that you're using a lot is W's, obviously. Okay, so there we go. So we landed. So it wasn't too bad, but I have a feeling that yeah, it can be done a bit better. So yeah, we can buy ships. Yeah, we don't. I'd love it if our designs were here somehow, because I find that our designs are just simply better than the other designs. Look, let's get some fuel. Let's fill up. So the way that fuel works is it's whatever ships are in here. So we've only got these 2 ships, so we're only filling up for that. And I forgot to repair. So let's just come back here, go to shipworks, do the repair. So yeah, $400 repair, so it's not too much. But I think I just want to modify the landing a bit. So I sort of want to make 2 elbows. I just find that's going to be the right. Maybe we need to do many feet now. So let's do that. So it's going to take a bit longer. It costs me a bit more, but I'm pretty sure that will work better. Okay, so it'll ask us to save it. And yeah, we'll just save it. So yeah, I think it's going to work better. Find out. Yeah, so anyway, so we've got the strike group here. We've got our main force coming. We've got this spy satellite, which we probably want to actually move now. So we want to find out. So we probably want to move him to somewhere around here. Alright, so what I like to do is find out where does 1500 go. Right, so it's about there. So we want to take this in. So what if we go here? Right, so what if we put his ship here? Yeah, okay, so it doesn't give us great coverage. So we sort of, what the spy satellite's for is to try and detect any issues we're going to run into. So it might be better to put something here. See, this will give us a little bit, but it probably needs a little bit more. Probably need to go up a bit more. So what about here? So we put something here. Right, so what this will do, so if we put something here, so it's got 1500 range on that sensor. Right, so this will tell us if someone is in these cities. If a strike group starts coming within these cities, we'll know about it. And that's really the main thing we're going to want to know. These other, because ultimately we're going to position ourselves right there in NORAD. So I think that's it. So this is what I use the spy satellites for. And actually, we could probably do. You could do a second one here. The reason we have multiple is for this exact reason. So we can. So if we do another one there, that's just going to give us. That will just give us some coverage. So I might just do that. And the other thing to realize is that there could be a hidden settlement in here. So this is sort of a gap, and if there is a gap, it's possible that there's a settlement of hidden people. So we might actually do a visual scout with this. We might do a visual scout with this one. Okay, so this is what we want to do. So we want to get 2 spy satellites there. Okay, so here is our spies in here. So let's just fill this one up with fuel. There's a little bug with the fuel thing. Sometimes you just have to do 2. You have to just do 2 actions, 2 clicks, and it will buy it. Okay. So we want this to be Intel 2, and we'll just do a second tack. Okay, once the main fleet lands, so now the main fleet has linked up. We'll actually do a full refuel here. Wow. See, now to 5,000 gold, right? It's like money is the killer in this game. So we want Intel 2. Okay, Intel 2. So here, so we'll get a tack 2. So we'll get a second tack. Now where was that? Okay, up here. So this is good. So it looks like, okay, so this is an aircraft carrier group. So these guys have. See, I should do this. This is like a what, 2,000 range? What's the range on those planes? 2,000 or more? I'll come back to it. And same with the missiles. you can actually find out where you're, where it's dangerous. So this is missile carriers. So we're going to sort of bypass them by coming up the left-hand side here. And this spy thing, we could turn on a jammer if we needed to. If we really needed to. Okay, so we're getting repairs. I might just come in here and just make sure that all the repairs are... Actually, no one else is taking damage, so of course there is only... Okay, so this is fueled up now. So we might be able to get to... Oh, okay, you can't get there until... Unless we're full. So we might flunk a temporary one. So we'll plonk a temporary spy here. So I like to use a protractor and just map out what does 1500 look like. So yeah, so I know we're sort of protected in here. I know it gets a little bit drawy, but yeah, it actually is beneficial. So this spy satellite would probably is starting to almost be obsolete. Do have to watch out that this doesn't cross any borders, any city borders, but it looks like it's going to be fine. Oof. Yeah, so this thing is going to... Okay, so we've got radio signal. Now remember we're looking for crow. This may be something to do with crow. So let's... Okay, so this one, son of Allah wishes to meet with you. So somewhere north of here this is one of the Tarkums, and yeah, definitely worth meeting that guy. So okay, so this guy is now in range, and we know the ELINT's on, so we know there's no strike groups within this range. So that helps us. Okay, this guy is full of fuel. So do you want to go repairs? Not necessarily. I think we'll just go enemy intel. So again, we'll do so I'll move the strike group, but then we'll take a strike group and an air fuel. And then the spy. I think the spy we can start moving now. So I'll move the spy back into range. So yeah, our strike group gets ahead of our main fleet. Its job is to take out the defenses before they get alerted. As you can see, that is happening. And remember, we don't have radar. If we had radar on, people would be able to detect us much easier. So that's the reason why we don't put our radar on. Alright, so once again, so remember we've got the 20% extra reloading speed. Okay, we had to fly down quickly to try and get Now you can make missiles hit other ships. Ah, see the damage I've taken up the top of my ship? That's because we just ran into some debris. Like, debris is like deadly. Yeah. So this could be one that you actually retry, but I think I'm just gonna I think I will actually take the one morale hit and retry this one, because it may just take a while to if I've lost any of those anti-air missiles there. Yeah, so we'll retry. So what happens is we just lose another morale, so now morale 6. Try and use that machine gun to block those blue ones and the missiles. What? So they can... I think those blue ones are armor piercing, and they can actually do a lot of damage, so we're on a bit of a time limit here. Okay, I've actually lost my main gun. Oh. We're definitely gonna have to redo this one. I don't think we're gonna survive this one. Ah, just ram him. so we just rammed him, and you can see we lose a lot of crew when you. Let's retry this. Okay, so we've taken 2 morale hit. A bit annoying. Let's get out of the... Okay, so let's take out this blue, the guy shooting blue bullets at us. Because I think they're just ripping through, they're actually ripping through our armor. Okay, that guy's down. Yeah, it's actually it wasn't actually the ramming that got us that first battle. I think it was literally the blue, those blue shots are anti-armor, and I think they just ripped through it. So look, so it cost us an additional 2 morale there, but we did come up with a better outcome. It does mean we have to rest a bit more, like we'll eventually run out of morale. Okay, I can't save this for 4 grand. Potentially lose crew. I think survivors, because otherwise bad things happen. So we'll do ammunition, fuel, and we unfortunately don't get the hull, but we got the fuel. So 0 damage. I don't know 100% how this works. Oh yeah. I am. So we've got to go see a Doan. Yeah, of course we want to go pay. Of course we want to pay it. So this is one of the story ones. So basic thing is that this is like a sacred text. No one can actually read it. So the fact that we can actually read it, that's what's actually important. That's what these guys talk about. So yeah. So we're basically saying, hey, we know how to say things. And then I always do this one. Sit plus Romani. And this guy loves us too. This guy loves us too. So we'll jump in here and just do repair. So this is, remember how we save the different versions? You can have up to 4 versions. So let's repair that. So total cost 5. It's pretty good. Yep, so that's cool. Supplies. So we'll get the fuel. And this is another intel one. So for me, I really want to know where these TAC groups are, because the missiles are what I find kills you. So there's missile carriers here. There's missile carriers up there, and we'll see if we can wait one more to get another 2. So yeah, so we've got some good. So these guys will refuel. The main fuel meets up. So we'll get the full. See, like it's like a money game, and so yeah, we just got to sell what we do. So we've got 2 of these. So we'll sell these. I will keep these anti-air because they're one of the guns I actually use on my ship. So if we ever lose a fight and we lose a gun, at least we'll have the ability to repair those. And we don't you don't need the money right this second. So now we'll buy fuel. So I think so far so good. So we'll try and get to this. So we'll try and get the spy satellites in position. So I think after we take out this one, we'll take out this one with the strike force, and we'll get the spy satellites up there. And hope I can. So remember the morale. So if we have a look at our strike, so morale is 5, and you can see it's so they're resting. So they're like as you sit here. Disable this shortcut. No. Okay. Keep getting the sticky keys because I keep pressing shift. Okay, I've just disabled that. Alright, so yeah, we're getting fuel. So let's get this happening. So we're Intel 2 again. I want to get another TAC. Now it won't once you've found them all. The hell? Didn't tell me anything. Maybe I scrolled too fast. Once you find them all, you actually won't be able to search for that particular type anymore. So that's how you sort of do know. And you see how this one has Intel 3 now. So it may actually be beneficial to grab one of these. To grab one of these air fuels, fill it up, and fly it down here, and then fly it back. Okay, now the PF spy. So the spy, we do want to. So we want to go here. So you can, here, see how we're not even using our radar, and that's because that makes us invisible. It makes us invisible to the enemy elint, and I find that we don't. Okay, so this we're here again. So we'll get another attack. So I'm just finding all the key. I just find I really need to know about these missile frigates, and I find they don't move too often. So let's wait for this to get another one. Then we'll be good. So different ones get the radios. Not everyone gets the radio. So let's have a look at this. I think this is going to be our Prince Alawida Winster. Oops, that was already blue. Yeah, this will be the son of Singo wants to meet you. So it's like yeah. So are you guys refueling or what? I can't imagine we're full of fuel. Who are we? Okay, so yep, we'll take a strike crew again, and we'll just go and take on this city. So far we've been pretty undetected, which is really good. We're just waiting for intel. So intel 2 here. So again, we'll use attack. Okay, yeah, so we're getting dangerous. So basically what happens if you stay there too long, so it will go from yellow to red. If you stay there too long, they will send out a message that says, like, hey, the ships are here, and so people will know you're here. Wait, that says Intel 2, but this only says, I don't know what's happening there. Okay, anyway, we'll move these guys on. And then once we've caught this one, we'll move this spy into here as well. So again, we're taking this city down before they can rally their troops. So okay, one dead on the ground. An enemy is destroyed. So this strike ship's pretty, I find, is actually pretty strong. Yeah, so again, so the money's important, but the fuel, so what you can do is you can sacrifice this and hope it just doesn't blow this one up. So I think we're going to go for the money. I think we just need the money. Okay, that's good. So blow up that there. We can secure the ammunition, and then we can get the assemble the hull. Okay, can search radio, but there's no, which is where you need 4 pieces of intelligence to crack the code. As I mentioned to you, like I actually find it's just not that valuable. So again, don't need to supply some fuel. So look, our first target is that NORAD place. What comes to the ship works? It's the 6-shooter. Actually, I think that's from the spy satellite. Oh no, that was the one we got. Oh, the one thing I didn't do was do a visual scout. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that here. So, so when you're trying to find, so I'll take out one of these. So these things, this thing has, this thing has quite a lot of range. So we'll do a so while these things are actually, let's set up, let's set up refueling. So now everyone's landed. Okay, we can refuel the big fleet, which is good. So while they're refueling, what we'll actually do is we'll take out one of these ships and we'll follow the road and we'll see if we can find a, find some hidden people. So sort of we can just follow the road. Whoops. Don't let it land. So this is going up there, which you don't really want. See if we can intercept some roads. Because the thinking is that maybe there's roads out of here. It doesn't look to be. So look, it's possible it's not here. So we're still getting fuel. So we're still got. So just do another search out here. So we're just looking for any sort of roads. You normally follow it from the city. Like maybe there was a road around here. I can't see anything. So we'll just move this guy back to the spy. Now, the one thing we did want to do is we wanted to put that spy satellite down. So we will take this and move this guy here. Okay, so we've got this. Let's go tactical. So actually I'll make this guy fly to here. Okay, here we go. So now we have picked up a, so ELINT reports hostile radar. So this means this is not a trader. This is actually an enemy. So I'll show you how you do this. So this is the spy. So it's picking it up. So remember how it's got 1500 range? So what we can do here is we can drag this out. We can drag this out to 1500, well, which we already have. So it's divided into 5 sections. So if it's in that first section, that means it's in between like 1500 and 1200, right? Because each section would be 300 Ks. So and it's direction 0. So what direction 0 is, and this is where you start using all these tools. What direction 0 means is each segment here is 30 degrees. So you can think of it's halfway between 0 and 30 is the sort of barrier. So this could be to 15 degrees or to, you know, minus or 360. Well, that's 345 degrees. So 0 actually is plus or minus 15 degrees. So we go from here, and you can see how it actually has the degrees on this line. So we know, so we take this up to 1500, 15 degrees, right? And if we do the same thing here and we go to, so 360, it'll be 345, right? We know it's within, we know it's actually within, like technically, yeah, we know it's within this triangle, within this little section here. So obviously it's, the ship is coming from one of these places, and it's probably heading to this point right here. Right, so we know that there's a strike group potentially heading here. And now if I'm correct, it should actually go to this, it'll actually go to this second bar, because it'll fall into the next bar. So this is showing you how the, so we know it's somewhere in here. So the only thing is you only get that notification if you're clicking on the fleet that actually has the ELINT. Okay, now this, so infrared, oh actually, the infrared is probably, it was probably this one. It's probably this one reporting the infrared of the fleet landing next to it. Let's have a quick look on our thing. There's a little bit of a thing to the northeast here. Actually, there is something here. This is actually bad because this is our spy, right? It doesn't have any weapons, and the infrared is what, 300 kilometers. So this is actually bad, and it's, so 300 kilometers. So it's it's sort of right in the way. Now, because the ELINT's not going off, this is most probably a trader. This is most probably a trader. The problem is this has 0 guns on it and it can't fight. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm actually going to land this. Actually, I'm just going to come to the, right here. So this should start moving more north. So there's obviously thermal signature detected. Okay, that's not good. Now we've got another thermal signature. So there's another thermal signature coming from down right here. We just want to get, now we're pretty fast. We just want to get to here while avoiding, so this guy's, there's something going left to right.
Attention, visual contact.
Oh no. Oh no, I missed this. This is the thing, so obviously, so we're not going to catch this guy in time. They're going to know that we're here, and this is our main fleet. Now that's going to be a problem because this is the strike group. The strike group is close. Oof, we have missed this. We're not going to be able to catch this guy in time. So what I think we actually do is we just leave. Is we just get out of there. So they're going to say that, hey, there's a strike group here. Now if they send missiles or whatnot, they should hopefully miss. Yep, so now the alarm's raised. Yeah, we actually can't silent strike. It's impossible. And yeah. Okay, so unfortunately, I wasn't skillful enough to dodge this. That sort of means my spy ship's a little bit at risk now, but it is pretty fast. So Eland is still 1, and there's no other Eland here. So there's no other strike group. So we really wanna wait for this strike to go down. We might go and just land there so that we can do a surprise attack. Since we're not going to come back here, I might as well hit the trade one just to show you. So yeah, you can see that it shows you the trade guy, and it just shows you, okay, his destination is actually there, but if it's multi-destination, it'll actually show you the full path. So we'll fly up to here and we'll use the intel as we meet up with our thing. Still got Elint 1 on these guys, and it's still 0, so it's still within here. There's a lot happening at the moment. I'm even worried about this main fleet getting pinged by... Okay, now we will actually take this, because we do sort of want to know yeah, see, so now they're encoded. Now the problem is, so you've got to raid those radar rooms, and you've got to get 4 pieces. Now, not every crash, so yeah, not every crash, so you want to make a card like this. Not every crash will have one, a radar room, and not, or radio room, and not every radio room will actually have a piece of the encryption. So it's like, and then the information you get is not super helpful. And after a while, that encryption gets redone again. So we're actually landed here just in the middle of nowhere, and the reason for that is we want to be able to, because there is a strike group. So I'm starting to think that I think the strike group is here. It doesn't quite match up with this. Unless it's got to do with me being on the ground or not. Not sure. Anyway. So we'll wait for the silent strike to get done. We'll use this intel. So you can see who has the... See, you'll get this, right? So I'm just going to, all I'm going to do, okay, great, I'll get the radio message. I'm just going to hit this button here. And it says, okay, great, there's something over here. It's like, I don't really care too much about the traders, not really looking for that. Okay, let's get the tac. I do want to know where the tactical guys are. Yeah, maybe I'm scrolling. Or maybe that means they're moving. Not sure. But I find that knowing where the tactical guys are is actually really, really important. And for this, I'll actually go and meet up with the... I'll go meet up with the crew here. We won't hang around too much in here. So we're waiting for the sudden strike to go, and then we're going to... Yeah, I'm starting to think this alien one, maybe I'm missing it by one range. Because it's because they're not moving. Oh wait, okay, see now they're 30, right? Okay, so now they're in the 30 range, so it's the same as that. So you can be plus 15 or plus 45. Right, so now they're in this range. So they're obviously they're flying to this city here. So I'm expecting them to be here, or they're going to finish off here. And if they do get there, based on this, it should hit the 60. It should hit the 60 mark. We'll answer the radio. We'll hit this button. Like, yeah, actually, I won't answer the radio anymore. Because yeah, the problem, I think. Okay, wait for this sudden strike thing to go. I'm not going to answer the radio anymore. Don't need it. Okay, wait, the elint's gone. So actually, so maybe my thing was actually correct. Okay, so this is gone. So what we'll do is we'll take that and a strike aircraft. Now we don't want to take all the fuel, so we're just going to wind down the fuel to make sure that the main fleet has enough to get here. So take those guys off, and then once we've done that, we can just right click here. Okay, and this will be our first. So we've got our fleet together. We've got our radar posts in action. None of them have elint, and we're coming in. Oh god, don't know what 3 means, but that's going to be interesting. Okay, so wow. Okay, so those 3 things meant there was actually 3 fleets in here. That maybe makes sense. So potentially what they did is, because they spotted me, those traders went back to the base, and yeah, the traders went back to the base, or back to the city, to await, you know, protection. There's 2 prize ships here. So we ideally don't want to hit these, but they actually do have some weapons on them. So this may be a little bit tough to not kill. We'll have a look. We'll see. We've got 5 morale, so we've got a couple of chances here. But again, we get them while they're on the ground. Try and hit those missiles. Okay, so far so good. The missile from underneath is bad. That was a really bad missile. Oh, that's a prize ship. That's a prize ship as well. fuel. Oh god, our fuel. No, we did it. We did it. Oh, we did it. We lost a lot of crew. I'm gonna have to retry this. Try and be very good with my fuel. That's a prize ship. So it looks like they all start on the ground, which is pretty cool if you surprise them. Oh, that's a much better. That is a much better. That's a much better attack. So it's another promotion, which is really good. So I actually think this one's pretty good. It just means you start with like full load. I think this is okay, but yeah, I think this is definitely the way to go. So yeah, so we got 24,000 from those capturing those ships, which is huge. So the radio room, I'm just gonna ignore the radio this time. So plenty of time to get the fuel tanks. So just looking for money now. I think I'm gonna get crew protection. I'll just get this. Don't worry about the survivors. Get this. 50% chance of an accident. Let's see. Yeah, kindness. Yep. God. Several human, 24 people died. Oh yeah, we still got. We lost some morale. Sucks. We'll just get the fuel tanks. So yeah, don't need to land anything again. This is us. So we took over the first capital. This is where it's going to save. But also, yeah. But also this. We'll actually get a bunch of missiles. So yeah, so we'll set this up. Get our fuel. We have no leads on the next Tarkums. Okay, so we'll do some. So the repair, see 0 cost, just 7 hours. We'll just do that. Yeah, we've got stuff that we can sell / use. Okay, so I think I'll wrap up this here. So we've got, so you can see the game has been saved, and yeah. So the key is, so we've got these spy things out here. That the alien's gone, so we know they're not within this range. So I think the strike group's actually moved for whatever reason, and So yeah, so use these spies to sort of detect the enemy while you're moving around with your main fleet. And yeah, well, our objective is to hit this thing up here. So we've got a while to go to get up there. But yeah, I'll finish off here. That was yeah, part1.com. Alright. Speak to you next time.